Hi everyone, welcome back to the Disconnect series. This is part 3. This is talking about the disconnect between where you are now and where you want to be. And what we're going to talk about specifically is the state of lack. And what I mean by this is often the thing that's the difference between where you are and where you want to be is the thinking, the brain, convincing you of all the things you don't have. You don't have the money, you don't have the resources, you don't have the skills, you don't have the know-how or the networking. You're coming up with all of the reasons and confirming with your brain all the logical reasoning of what you see in your field. But what you don't see is behind the curtain. It's what you already have, you just haven't tapped into it yet. Or it's there, but you're pretending it's not there. So what I mean by that is where you are now and where you want to be is intrinsically linked to whether or not you see yourself as successful. So you need to define, what does success mean to you? Come up with your own definition, whatever that looks like. Be really honest about what is success, down to the smallest thing. Do you view getting your bedtime routine successful? Do you view making sure you move the clothes from the washer to the dryer successful? Like, be really clear about what is success to you. And you can make it a general statement of whatever fits your values. But as soon as you're aware of that, it's a whole lot easier to find evidence that falls under the category of success. And I bet that if you go through and determine where your success lies based on the skill sets you already have. Maybe these are skill sets you picked up in a job that didn't really apply to that job, but you have the skill set and you can apply it now. And maybe it becomes a patchwork quilt of skills that can actually do the thing that you want to do. But because you're not viewing it that way, you have this perception of what you're supposed to have in order to start that thing or be that thing you want to be. You are holding yourself back. You are in your own way. You have to get out of your own way. You have yourself standing in front of you, arms crossed, saying, nope, we're not doing it this way, because you don't have what you need, because you've witnessed other people do it a certain way. And now you're making the assumption that you have to do it the same way in order to achieve the same results. But that's not necessarily true. I'll give you an example of this. How many of you have gone online looking for a recipe to bake cookies? Sugar cookies or chocolate chip cookies? How many recipes are there? People are achieving the same thing. They're just doing it their own way, with their own set of skills and their own set of tools, but they're still achieving the same end result. They're still making sugar cookies, right? And each variety is a little bit different for everybody. Some people like nuts in their cookies. Some people don't. Some people like almond instead of vanilla extract. Do you see what I'm saying? So they put their own little flair on it to meet that group of people. You have a skill set and gift that is designed for a set of people. But because you are holding you back, you are keeping that from those people. You are keeping your gift from those people because you think that you don't have the skill set to get you from here to there. But you do. You already have the skill set. And more than likely, you could find someone to mentor you or coach you through that process, because they might have skill sets or a different perception of the same thing. And so we see this in baking shows all the time. They're like, you're going to bake this. And then they all come up with something different, and it's all different perceptions. And so but where you are now and where you want to be is you. You are keeping you from getting there. It's not the resources. It's not the state of lack. It's not the lack of anything outside of you that's keeping you from getting there. It's you keeping you from getting there. And so in order to overcome that disconnect between where you are now and where you want to be is you. So you have to get to know you. You have to understand who you are, what you believe, what are your core values, and what is the ultimate goal? What's the ultimate mission for you? And don't base it on what other people have done. That's their variation. And you could patchwork quilt it. Take a little bit of this, take a little bit of that, take a little bit of this, because those things work for you, and make it work for you. But if you are trying to just carbon copy it, you're not going to see the same success as that person did, because that's not what's meant to happen. You're not meant to be a carbon copy. You're not meant to do it the same way they did. You're not going to achieve the same level of success. And in fact, you might actually achieve a greater level of success than that person that you want to emulate, because they inspire you. Let them inspire you. Let it motivate you, but don't let it hold you back from where you want to be. You have to step out of that lack state and step into what you already have. The abundance, this is what we talk about when we talk about abundance. People mistake abundance with money. No. Abundance comes in the form of wisdom, of time, of patience, of resources. It's a whole lot of things. It's not just one thing. And so you have to step out of lack and into abundance. And when you step into abundance, you start to notice there's a lot more there than you thought there was. And it's just a matter of perception. It is your perception, and it is you holding you back from where you want to be. And so in order to get that gap closed and to reconnect yourself, to step out of the lack and into abundance, is to recognize what you already have going for you and make a list of those people who can help you. Make a list of those resources you've already got. Make a list of those skills you got from that job from when you were 16 years old that could possibly apply, but you're not really sure. You won't know until you try. Make a list if you have to. Draw pictures if you have to. Voice note it if you have to. But find a way to identify what you already have and fill that gap. I hope this is helpful. I hope you'll follow along, and I hope that you'll also follow me on Instagram. I make shorter stories over there and other resources over there. I'm on LinkedIn. I am on Twitter. Follow me wherever you like. I'd like you to subscribe below and comment if you want to have a discussion about this. I love talking about this kind of stuff. And I hope you'll continue to watch the Disconnect series, and I hope you have a wonderful day.